Hi guys. Um, it's 4:30 in the morning, and I've been up since 3:30. Um, I know some of you reached out to me and prayed for me, and I really appreciate your friendship, and thank you. So I just wanted to share why I started posting videos and sharing my thoughts. I basically realized recently, throughout the last 4 weeks of my mental breakdown, that how self-love and self-affirmation is so important. um I I basically did not have any love or trust, or I never believed in myself. um I was just trying to get approval and love from other people, um, because I didn't, love myself, and I always had this like negative self-talk and self-hatred almost. Never liked myself in the mirror. Always thought I was fat. Um, so in like deep inside, I didn't even want to go to like Korean church or like hang out with Korean people, because Korean people have this like real high standard for beauty. Like, you have to be skinny and you have to be pretty. Um, so I think I was just comparing myself to that standard. So I was never enough. um, and I was very, very sensitive to uh, criticism. If anybody criticizes me, or if my husband tells me that you know I don't clean the kitchen and this and that, I would get so defensive, and that would actually really hurt me inside. And I turned that into like, I'm not a good wife, you know I'm not a good mom, you know I'm not a good person. It just, I spiral. um so that's not how I want to live. And through all this, like, I hit the point where you know I'm thinking, like, am I like manic? you know mm, I'm not sleeping and I'm not eating, and it's just, you know through going through this tough time. I started talking to my therapist, and by the way, I met the best therapist ever. She's so great, because I'm so like hyper sensitive to, and I'm very self-aware. Like I'm aware of myself. Um, I know that my life decisions and my life's been driven by guilt and shame. Like no matter what I did, I felt guilty. Like dropping off my daughter at daycare or preschool. I mean, 38 years of my life, I lived my life feeling guilty and that I'm not good enough, that I need to be better. It's just really, I just could not, no matter how hard I try, like I could not get out of that, you know? Uh, I even took a class. It's a 32-week class. It's like a group therapy after my firstborn, when he turned 6 months old, I started going into deep and long postpartum depression. Um, and I started going to therapy because I could not get out of depression. Um, and I don't know how long I've been going to therapy. And my last therapy session, she recommended antidepressant. Then I stopped going because I was scared, you know? And my husband told me, do not take antidepressant. I've been there, I took it, and, you know, we just had like this big fear of medication. So I stopped going, and but depression wouldn't get better. I almost, you know, had thoughts of suicide. Um, so you know, of course, my marriage wasn't doing well, you know, because I wasn't doing well, you know, mentally. So we actually went to a marriage counselor, by the way. You know, I feel like God has been sending me such good people in my life. Every time I'm going through hard times, you know, He sends me these angels. Anyways, so we met the best marriage counselor there ever can be, and it was a he. It was a male, and I strangely have this anxiety when it comes to male figure. You know, I'm not really comfortable with men. Mm, that's another video. But so you know, I really thought, oh my gosh, my hair is like crazy. Okay. Um. So my, you know, my view at the time was that, you know, my husband was doing everything wrong, you know. Like I was just blaming other people for everything that I was going through. I moved to San Diego, you know, and I got pregnant, and I didn't have any friends, any like mom friends, because I just moved here. So it's like I was blaming my husband for moving to California. I was, you know, blaming, yeah, everybody else, but really never looked at myself. So when we went to marriage counselor, which I suggested, I said, I gave my husband an ultimatum. If you don't go to therapy, we're done. I'm going back to the East Coast. And thankfully, I know a lot of men don't want to go to therapy, but I really needed it for our relationship and for myself because I was ready to walk out of the relationship. Um, so, anyways, so we went, and his name is Jim. And Jim, we probably had like 3 or 4 sessions with him. My gosh, it was expensive. It was $150 per 45 minutes. Because Jim knows that he's really good. So he wouldn't take insurance or anything like that. Anyways, so we go and we're just vomiting everything that we're going through. And I thought that he was gonna, you know, teach my husband how to be a good husband. But at the end of the sessions, Jim actually told me that it seems like I have some childhood trauma that I need to, like, go through self healing and all that. So he recommended me to go to a, 32 weeks group therapy that's very, very, very effective. And I was like, what? Like, I don't have a problem. I don't have a trauma. Like, okay. Well, I said, well, I'm the one with the depression and suicidal thoughts. So maybe I could get some help. So I looked it up and it was ridiculously expensive. It was basically $3,200 for the 32 weeks. It was like $100 per week. And I didn't have the money. Like, I mean, we could afford it, but it's, I just wasn't sure. So it took a long time for me to really actually sign up for the class, because I don't know. But at the end, I was desperate because I didn't want to go on antidepressant, and I wanted to be a better mom for my son. He would see us fighting all the time, arguing all the time. And I didn't want my son to grow up seeing what I have seen or experienced in my life. So I signed up for the class. I had to cancel my life insurance to afford the the class. And it's called San Diego Life Skills. I don't I mean, it's still there. It's in Temecula, Poway, down in Balboa, I believe, and they're all over. And I'm gonna make a separate video explaining what that entails. But for the purpose of this video, um, you know, after that class, the 32-week commitment, which was very hard, especially when you're depressed and you don't want to do anything. And I literally had to like drag myself to the class. I came out not needing medication, not never fell back into depression ever again. This was 2018, I believe. Yes, so it was 2018, 2019, because I remember my son was 3. And it's been a long battle because my depression started when he was 6 months. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. And if anybody is, you know, struggling with depression, anxiety, bipolar, or any mental health issues, you can reach out to me and I can share. um it's just so powerful that I never fell back into depression when before class I was like, I had no hope. Like, I was so hopeless. I just didn't know what to do with myself, you know? Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. You know, you're not alone. You're, you know, people are going through the same thing that you're going through. That's why I have this passion to share my thoughts and share my journey and mental health and physical health, you know, with you. So feel free to, you know, comment or reach out to me, DM me, whatever. Like, um, yeah, you can get better. You can do it. So anyways, thanks guys. I'll see you in the next video.